Live from Radio Row in New Orleans, Louisiana. Super Bowl week, baby. Eagles and Chiefs rematch. Some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment will be right here. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Live from Radio Row here in New Orleans, it is the Jake Asman Show, and joining us right now is one of the biggest Jet fans inside this giant convention center. It's our friend, Craig Carton. Craig, how are you, pal?
I'm good. It's getting tiresome being the biggest Jet fan in this room. To be honest with you, I've had enough. I want out.
You can't.
I know.
You're
That's
stuck.
the problem. I want out in the worst way. It's taking years off my life. I don't have any hair left. I used to have a great, thick, full head of hair. Now I got nothing. I got more hair on my backside than I do in my head. It's your fault. It's the Jets' fault. It's all of our faults. But I remember when you were a child.
I want to take us back 8 years ago.
Let me see.
Radio
Let
Row
me
in
see.
Houston. I was a college student, and you came on the show. And my old co-host, Dan Budick, there he is. The Ass and Bud Show is what you said we should have called the show.
You should have.
Yeah.
You'd still be working if you called it that.
I am working.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
You're paying any attention to me, but I'm working. I'm trying to be like you, Craig.
You don't want to do that.
Career in media.
You do that. Well, you want the long career, but you do not want to be like me.
Yeah, not everything you've done in your career I would do personally, but I could learn from you. How about that?
Yeah, everybody.
Learn from your mistakes.
Let's
right?
be honest. Every guy doing radio here should study what I did and should figure out how to do radio better than they're currently doing it, because you guys all suck. Now, you're the best. You're great.
I appreciate that.
I don't know. I just don't know if making a living, like, it's such a niche thing, the Jet guy.
Well, can I tell you something?
But if you can make money on it, do it.
You'd be shocked. 41,000 subscribers to talk about a football team that has not made the playoffs in 14 years.
That's a real number.
No, it is. It's,
that's real.
I'm doing better doing Jet YouTube than I was doing afternoons in
Well, then take back everything I said.
It's insane.
You're not a failure.
But
you have made
testament to this fan base. That's
That's
how incredible the Jet fan base is. They care. They're that passionate despite the lack of success.
Yeah, but let's talk about you for a second. It's a testament to what you do, because you're real. So your thoughts on the Jets, your takes on the Jets, clearly resonates with the fan base. And obviously New York doesn't hurt. Talking about a huge fan base. So keep doing what you're doing, because it's obviously resonating. And if you can monetize that, beats working.
Yeah. I remember one of the things you told me when we spoke off air 8 years ago. You're like, figure out what thing you do. Are you the funny guy? Are you the guy who's smart? Are you the guy who does this or that? Yeah. And what I do is I'm nuts. I'm a Jet fan. I'm passionate, just like you, and that's the only way to do it.
And look, I'd stick with that advice to you and any young broadcaster. You got to figure out who you are on the air. Don't have to be the same dude you are off the air. And then whatever that is, as you've done, you have to be unwavering about it. So you've lent into your Jet fandom. It's real. Because if it wasn't real, you'd be spotted as a fraud in a second.
100%.
And you wouldn't have 41,000 followers. So just own it and keep doing it. And look, next time I talk to you, you have 100,000 followers.
I hope so.
And those are real numbers. 41,000 active listeners or viewers would trump a lot of radio stations.
100%. And you know who I always message about this? Our old friend Al Dukes. We talk about the business a lot over at DMs.
I don't talk to Al Dukes anymore. He's a bad guy.
Is he?
No, he's the best.
He's very boring.
He's boring, yeah. Al's one of the most unique, he's like a Larry David caricature.
He's incredible.
But one of the greatest people I know. And a good friend and the best radio producer of all time.
Now, for you, I want to talk about your career, because you've had so many different types of careers in your long sports media career. How are you enjoying the transition going from afternoons on the Fan to being a full-time on-air TV host?
Well, I mean, I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm working with two really good guys. Mark Schlereth, Stink. I don't know why they call him that, but they do.
Does he smell?
He doesn't smell. It's a whole thing with him. And Danny Parkins, who kind of made his bones in Chicago, on the score out in Chicago. Look, it's not radio. And I'm a radio guy at heart, but I'm enjoying it. It's great. It's fun. It's 2 hours. It's a lot of ball breaking and, having fun at each other's expense. And, by the way, talking sports. And I say this all the time. I would put the 2 hours we do against any show on any network ever. And I think we'd come out standing pretty tall, which is more a testament to those guys, because I only know how to do it one way. And I get it's not for everybody. But the fact that two guys have accepted that it's a successful way to do it and to lean into it. I'm blessed to have those guys co-hosting with me, and the show's fun. We have a good time.
In your career, I've wondered this as well. How do you balance getting up every day
Yeah.
in that early? So I did 2 weeks of morning drive fill-in on ESPN New York.
Yeah, you hated it.
I love the opportunity, but it's a grind, and that was only 2 weeks. I don't think you ever really get used to it either, right?
Well, as long as you can accept the fact that you're shortening your life, because you are.
Yep. Plus being a Jet fan as well, to be fair, a Knicks fan as well.
Double shortened,
Yep.
right? Look, it's like anything else. You're an adult now. You got a job.
Mm-hmm.
The alarm goes off, get your ass up out of bed.
That's right.
You find the time to sleep if you can. No, I don't. I'm not a napper. I get, if I'm lucky, 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Are you a caffeine guy? What do you use to get through the day?
No. I'm one of those kind of, I guess, weird dudes who just gets up and goes.
Right.
I get tired. Like at about 5 o'clock tonight, I'm not going to be in a good place. I'm going to be exhausted. But like I said, none of us are working.
We're talking about sports. It's fun.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You get paid to talk about something you love, right?
Uh-huh.
If you could figure that out, more power to you. It's great. It's great.
What are your thoughts on Andrew Marchand, big-time Ithaca College alum?
He
The
doesn't.
Athletics, Andrew Marchand
He
over
smiles to me, shakes my hand. He don't like me. He's been dying to write another bad article about me. He can't wait.
Andrew Marchand.
He can't wait.
Write some positive
Matter of
stories
fact,
about me and
even
Craig.
bumping into me, I was like, oh, that's right. I got to write a negative article about Craig next week.
Do you think Marchand will write nice things about me?
No.
Because we went to the same college.
He doesn't even know your name.
He does. Do you know my name, Andrew?
He's like, you're
No.
what, the Asman or something?
Yeah.
He came up to me. I knew his whole history. He's like, you don't know anything. I told him YouTube. I knew the whole thing.
I was impressed.
Remember who he credits for all success? Me.
Craig came on my show at
I'm
Ithaca
writing a negative
College 8
article
years
now.
ago. 8 years ago. He's a big
You know what the
WICB
worst thing
guy.
about Marchand is? He thinks people want to pay to hear what he has to say now. Put that shit out for free. No one wants to pay for it. Also true. Make a living. Touche.
I do give you a lot of credit because I was telling you off air. I grew up as a Boomer and Carton listener.
Thank you.
Going to school, that was me, and
Yeah.
I'm also old enough to listen to the tail end of Mike and the Mad Dog.
Yeah.
But it was really you and Boomer and Joe and Evan that were the two most influential.
Yeah,
shows
the
growing up.
Boomer and Carton was special. And as much success as I may have outside of that, and I've been blessed to have, that is one of these special, in my opinion. I know that it comes across not all that humble, but it's one of these sports talk shows that really resonated and stood out. I've been doing this for more than 30 years. I've been blessed to have a lot of success in a lot of different markets, but none of it comes as close as what Boomer and Carton did, what it meant to people, and that is a special show that will always be special. And you got knock on wood, maybe one day, we do it one more time.
Did you like the idea of going to afternoons because you got to sleep in a little more, or you very quickly then still added TV shortly after that? You didn't get to truly enjoy, I guess, sleeping in for that long, but there was a period where you were just afternoons.
Well, look, at that point in my life, I was just happy to be free,
right?
And I was happy to be able to do what I love doing, which is talking on the radio. Everything else is gravy, to that. I did both very quickly, which is really more of a testament to the folks that listen to WFAN. If the listeners of the Fan weren't willing to accept me back, Fox never happened. So I'm always indebted to Fan and the Fan audience.
You know what people called me growing up, by the way? Besides the ass man, as you
No,
would say?
no.
Evan Roberts.
Yeah, you look like him a little bit.
Red hair kid who wanted to talk about sports.
Yeah.
So I got that a lot. And
He
Joe,
should be your guy, not me.
Love Evan. Joe Bedingo was a weekly on my show this year.
Oh, yeah?
He's become a close friend. Love Joe B.
Well, he keeps retiring. He keeps trying to get back into it.
All he needs to do is come on here and let it rip. And
You pay him?
He does it for free, and I've offered. I've sent him stuff. I did his podcast where we did a live taping.
Yeah.
At the brewery.
But like,
in
how much
Jersey.
did you offer him?
We never even got that far. He's like, Jake, for you, I'll do it for free.
Because I'm not doing this again without getting paid.
Yeah, well, I'm going to place a wager responsibly with FanDuel, obviously, right, Craig?
Well, look, I'm not telling anybody to wager.
But if you do.
If you're going to wager, do it responsibly. Don't, chase bad losses.
Sure.
If you think you've got some algorithm or some kind of studying that makes you feel better about the bet, great. And if you lose and move on to something else. If you win, take some of that, put it away. Just be smart. You play the stock market. You don't go all in on every single stock, right? So why would you do that in sports betting? It's not hard. It's not easy to win.
If the Jets were a stock, would you be investing in them? Do you like
No,
the Aaron Glenn
no.
hire? No?
I mean, I don't know. I like Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Anyone that tells
I
you,
like Robert Saleh as well. You just never know
me
any
too.
first-timer.
Like anybody that tells you for sure that Aaron Glenn's going to be successful is lying to you.
You have no idea.
He might. He might. You know, we got a first-time everything there, right? First-time head coach, first-time coordinator, first-time offensive line. It's a lot of firsts. That usually doesn't work out.
Some quick hitters for you. Aaron Rodgers, do you want him back as the French quarterback?
Yeah. Because what's my alternative?
Great, but I know you've also said at times you didn't want him back, so obviously it's
Well,
changed
look,
based on what's out there and
I'm
how
like,
he played.
I'm like a jilted lover. He's hurt me. He's hurt me in my soul, and I lash out when my soul gets hurt. But, I mean, the alternative is what? I don't want Kirk Cousins.
It's Tyrod Taylor for 6 games, then he gets hurt, and then you finish
I like
with 4
Tyrod
wins.
Taylor, but
If you guarantee me 17 games, I think it makes sense, but you can't do that.
Right. So bring Aaron back, run it back.
Why not?
And congrats and good luck to you.
Craig,
I'm happy you're doing well.
I appreciate you hopping on. We will hopefully not go another 8 years before making this happen again.
Or, that's fine.
All right, I'll see you in 8 years.
Done.
You still going to be working in 8 years?
I'll come back. I'll be retired.
Yeah, happily
Hopefully.
retired,
Good
right?
seeing you.
That's right. Craig, you're the man. Craig Carton with us here. The great Craig Carton. Quick break. We're back with more throughout the day. It's Radio Row in New Orleans.